Hey guys, this is Killrob speaking, and today I have a pretty big usability update to talk to you about. But also you might have come to the point where now that it is the new year and everything, you're wondering where the heck is the Steam Early Access version of the game? I want it now. I want my cheesy poofs. Yes, I also want cheesy poofs, but they are not available just yet, as is the Early Access version of the game. We have about 2 more weeks of pretty big changes to make to the game, and that will be a bit crunchy, and then we are actually going into a marketing campaign, doing lots of filming stuff and so on. I will make a separate video on that in the near future. And then it is all about polishing up and balancing the game before we finally can release it. Before we are going to release it, you guys will be able to join in on Steam to the open beta. We will have a bit longer phase there so that you can have a look a bit earlier and help us find the last few issues. Hopefully, last few issues. Anyway, so now let's talk about the usability update. I hope you will enjoy this one. So let's jump right in and design a car. And because nothing really has changed there, I will come back as soon as I am done. Alright, and here we are. We have designed a car. And it's a bit schizophrenic in that the exterior designers didn't get the memo from the interior designers, or vice versa. Pretty low-powered car. A nice inline-6 in there, but we are going to tune this a bit. And so, what is this all about? As you can spot here to the left, there is a weird panel. All the graphics and graphs you will see in these tabs now, they are not final. This is just our unskinned preliminary version to check functionality, and we're still fully on it and integrating things. So, what is this about? Well, usability I told you at the start, and let's see what this entails. So, if you have built your car, you went through all the tabs once, have selected everything, have tested your car once, then you will start getting new information about the car to fine-tune, to properly fine-tune the car in the various trim tabs. For instance, the drivetrain tab. You now have your gearing, an updated graph, much nicer. Ignore the red color, that's a bug. Which tells you where the power, the used power lies. For instance, if you're in 3rd gear, then from a speed of like 80 to 120, you see you are in 3rd gear and you have that amount of power available. Pretty handy, as well as the estimated top speed. So no longer is this a straight up RPM range, but much more useful. Also, you have your main car stats here, and the fuel economy, and your acceleration, wheel spin factors, and so on and so forth. As well as what you expected from the test track, the grip, and the available power. And the best part about it is you can change things in here, and as you can see, the values are changing with it. So you get direct feedback. Each time you click anything, the full car test is run again, and we have optimized the calculations, or in general the speed of the game, by about a factor 2 to 2.5. So lots of more frames, as well as quicker calculations. And this, of course, helps. So what happens if I, for instance, go and switch out the viscous diff for an open diff? You see, whoop, your acceleration drops right away. And let's see, 8.2 versus in electric 7.7, and you can see the effect right away. So not much more guessing is involved there anymore, but instead you get the hard figures right away. And that is adapted right out through the tabs. For instance, in the tire tab, you see you get your yaw rate graph, which is missing a few markers in this version here, still. But anyway, that's already pretty helpful. So now you can just adjust your wheel diameters and you see, yay! Yay, you're getting much more speeds and things. Yeah, much easier to set up properly, and yeah, that made a little bit more acceleration. Yeah, semi-slicks. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, much faster acceleration. Anyway, so this, let's take a look at the braking graph. Oh yeah, here you can see the brake performance, but this is still very much in the making. There will be another graph here which compares the maximum grip of your tires versus the brake power you have available at all speeds, and yeah, you can change things and see how your stats change with it. So, next one. Interesting, the graph for downforce is back. So if we go full on downforce here and put something in there, and then as you can see I have a lip and wing on. This is still a bit buggy though. Yeah, probably using the old bug calculations. But yep, you see all the effects of it, and especially you get all the economy calcs. So let's see what this does. Not too much, but I didn't put huge grills on it either. Alright, cooling flaps. Yeah, closing all the grills if they are not needed. That makes a pretty large difference. Nice. And no active wing. Yes. Okay, next tab, interior. There will be graphs as well, but not yet. And we have the stats. As you can see, the lower stats here, they always change to appropriate stats which will be useful, like 3 appropriate stats for the tab, and always the material cost and production cost for you to keep track of, and always showing the 5 main car stats. In the suspension tab you get what you would expect, the bump test and the yaw test to directly just set up your car properly. For instance, if we now say, yeah, I want to make this as tame as possible, then you know, okay, move this little marker on the blue line. That's it about this. So I will now put in a more powerful engine and then wrap this thing up. I'll be right back. And changing the color of the valve cover made all the difference to the engine. So now we have lots of more power, and we are going to see what more we can change. Yeah, this looks a bit more peaky, and we have to adjust top speed and everything. So let's see what this does. It still says 211 kilometers an hour. Kinda don't believe that. Maybe our wings are a bit too extreme. Yep, 1 kilogram of downforce at 200 kilometers an hour. Perfect. That's more than enough. We just don't want the car to fly off. Now reducing that. And the gearing. Okay, yeah, this looks much better already. So we want to be at maximum power at the estimated top speed, which now also is much easier to see. I just noticed, yeah, with this it's super easy to tune your stuff. And we don't want that wheel spin here, so we go for the expensive diff. As you can see, here we would be in wheel spin in, what is this, 3rd gear? Not nice, we don't like that, so change that. So we go on. With tires, we need more grip. So let's pump all the width into it. 335s, that's almost enough. And give it a bit more grip in the front as well. Yeah, come on. Ah, this is already maximum. So going for semi-slicks. Woohoo! Yeah, oversteer. Oh, this is looking weird, but the car will accelerate pretty well. That slight difference, oh, makes all the difference. Yeah, that's really cool. And here we are back to the final screen. This is indeed a bit more sporty than the previous version, and drinks about twice as much as it should be. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.